In this video, we will show you how to install your cooling fan assembly. Let's get started. Okay friends, let's get started on our job. The first thing we want to do is make sure that the engine and the cooling system is cool to the touch. Make your way over here to the cap on the coolant reservoir. We'll turn this counterclockwise and slowly lift it up and away from our face, releasing pressure from inside of the cooling system. Once you've done that, we can put this cap back on. Move along to this hose. Use some pliers, squeeze the clamp, slide it down, remove the hose from the reservoir. Give it a quick check, make sure it's still soft and pliable and it's not torn, worn, or damaged in any way. The next thing that we'll do is remove the 8mm headed mounting bolt that holds the reservoir to the fan. Continue on by lifting the reservoir up and off of the fan shroud and twist it, setting it off to the side. Continue on over to the driver's side of the fan shroud. You'll find that you have your power steering reservoir with 8mm headed bolt. Remove the bolt and set this aside as well. Underneath where that reservoir was, you'll find a wiring harness that leads to the fan. Right where my thumb is, there's a rectangular squeeze tab. Squeeze that in and separate this. Once you have it apart, give it a quick check for corrosion and then set it aside. Now, if you were to look underneath the upper radiator hose, you're going to find that there's an 8mm headed bolt holding the fan to the radiator. Remove that 8mm headed bolt. Once that's out of there, make your way over to the other side of the fan and remove that 8mm headed bolt as well. Just underneath that mounting bolt, you'll find an area where your two transmission cooler lines are held in place to the fan shroud. Carefully separate that. Make your way back over to the driver's side. You'll find that there's an area where wiring is attached to that fan shroud. Go ahead and pop that out of place. Now let's reach down to the bottom of the fan shroud. You're going to find that you have your lower radiator hose. Go ahead and lift that up and pull it away from the plastic bracket. Now let's reach down into this area, grab onto the fan assembly, give it a little wiggle while lifting it up. Carefully remove it from the vehicle. Okay friends, let's prepare our brand new fan assembly for installation. You'll notice that your kit came with a new hanger for the lower hose. Take that and slide it into position by squeezing in the tabs and pressing it in. Once it's in, give it a wiggle, make sure it's secured. Let's carefully take our fan assembly and slide it into position. Now, once we have that going down into position, pay attention along each side of the radiator. You'll have the area where your mounting bolt needs to be, and then directly below that, you're going to find that you have a hook on the radiator. The fan needs to slide down into that hooked area on both sides. Once it's in position, start in both of your mounting bolts. Once you have the bottom in there, continue on to starting in both of your mounting bolts and snug them up. That one's nice and tight. We'll do the same on the other side. Now let's have a look down along the bottom of the fan. Go ahead and put the lower hose back into its original position. Let's slide this in. Let's put on this plastic piece. Line that up so it's centered and press it down. Reconnect in your fan assembly. Listen for a click, give it a tug to make sure it's secured. Continue on to your power steering reservoir. You'll notice in the fan shroud, you have a slot right here, and on the bottom of the reservoir itself, you'll have a little nub that protrudes down. Should fit right into there. Line up your mounting bolt hole. After that, go ahead and snug it right up. Now we can continue on with the coolant reservoir. Down along the bottom, you have the area that protrudes down. Just underneath that, on the fan itself, you'll have an area for it to slide into. Let's get that lined up and slide it down into position. Let's get this hose on here. Install your clamp. Okay friends, we've got the car back together. At this point, go ahead and take it for a road test. Make sure the car does not overheat. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.